Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week we went to the Goats on the Trail. Pretty cute. Then we have two more ribbon cuttings in Oxford, one for the Dr. Becker's brand new building, then the bubble tea ribbon. And finally, it's George from Woodjill's Garden Center, all today on our Community Access. Welcome back. Now this is a cute story. Our reporter Terry Stiles went to the Pollyant Trail and found goats on the trail. With that story is Terry.
Designated spot for the first week, and then Linda and I have already found a second spot down that's more bittersweet intense, where this is buckthorn intent, and that's where they'll be also. The good thing about this, well, they love bark and they love sticks. So even though we're a little late in budding out as far as the season goes, it doesn't deter them from nibbling.
Okay, everybody in Oxford should be familiar with where we're at. We're on the Pollyant Trail between Burdick and Drainer Road, and I am with Amy McIntyre, and all morning I've been calling her Goat Mom. Amy, thank you for bringing these goats down here. We're going to have Linda explain why the goats are here. I want to talk to you about the goats.
Okay.
We have them here because we're trying to clear out the invasive species,
correct.
Right? Is this something new for them?
No. So a couple years ago we bought, we're located in Pontiac, and we bought an additional 3.5 acres of land behind that's full of invasives. And so we started testing it out on the land that we own. And then last year when our goats, we had 6 babies and 4 of them were males, and we decided now we need to put the males to work. And so we really worked intensely on getting our program up and running, and then launched it soft in the fall of last year, where we did a couple vacant lots in Pontiac.
Well, so you initially had City Girls Goat Farm, right? You had goats not specifically for this.
So we use the milk to make soaps and lotions. Nice. And then as we breed our goats to get fresh milk every year, you realize that the males really have no value. And nobody keeps their males. And we, have such a great relationship with these animals that we thought we need to find a way to make these males a part of the company. And it's perfect to have them do the conservation grazing.
The clouds have cleared and the sun has come.
And the goats have arrived.
The goats have arrived. We've got a dozen goats out here today clearing out our invasive species, and it looks like they have a lovely appetite for buckthorn. So
sure do.
We're actually doing really well today. We have our 2 interns out here from Oakland University who are doing our research, and they're collecting all the data. Our target pen this week is buckthorn. So this area is almost exclusively buckthorn. There are some other species mixed in, but we're going to see how they do on the buckthorn, and so far they love it.
Yeah, they really do.
I know they're just
like
they're going
the trees apart.
I know they're
now. Why buckthorn? What's it doing to the trail?
Well, buckthorn is an invasive species, and it has huge, long needles on it. Nothing eats the buckthorn except now the goats. Deer do not eat buckthorn. It's just a terrible problem we have. We have it everywhere. It makes it difficult to work on the trail. It's just painful, and it's invasive, and it just grows like wildfire out here. So we're hoping that if we can find something that will get rid of our buckthorn problem, or at least reduce it a little bit, we can really manage it and tackle it and keep it going. Next week we're hoping to move on to our second pen, which is almost exclusively bittersweet vine. So we've got the vines that have just taken over. There's no grass growing underneath it. It's killing the trees. So we're hoping to target that next week.
And so we're going to have the goats out here for how long? Couple weeks?
I have authorization from Pollyant Trailway Management Council for 2 weeks. I have enough funds for 2 weeks and 1 day. So hopefully, if I can get more fundraisers, more donations, money raised, we can keep them out here longer. My goal is actually to keep them out here for 2 months, you know, at different parts, to get a real good idea of what they're eating, how much they're eating, how long it takes them to eat it, and then kind of rotate them through in different areas. We started here between Burdick and Drainer for our first 2 weeks as worst case scenario. It's paved. There's a lot of people that use this trail. It's a heavily traveled section. We have people that their homes back up to it. We thought we'd just go for worst case scenario. If anything's going to go wrong, let's figure it out now.
Yeah.
So far, everything has been really good.
And now this is not only a pilot program for the Pollyant Trail, but this is really a pilot program for our side of the state or our side of the country, isn't it?
People have been using goats in different applications in Michigan. There's a wonderful woman over in Ottawa Parks. She's been using goats going into her 4th year. They use them in a park setting where there's more of a rounded or square pen. The goats are contained. They eat in that area. It's not on a trail. It's my understanding from DNR this is the first time it's been used on a Rails to Trails application. So hopefully going forward this will be something that they can get into some grant programs we can use on other trails in our area and expand the program. It is expensive. It's not as cheap as spraying chemicals, but I really, really want to avoid as much chemical use as I possibly can and keep it, you know, as eco-friendly as I can.
And you know what, when you start to do research, I mean, there's only so much spraying of poison and herbicides that you can do before we're finding that things are developing a tolerance to it. Where while this may be a slower, gentler method, it is also a consistent and effective method. When the goats eliminate, they've crushed all the seeds, there's very little chance for regermination. They eat the stem structure, which prohibits the nutrients from getting to the root system or the buds. And they'll, with Phragmites, for example, they can eat them now. I think typically you have to spray in the fall. So they can start eating on Phragmites now. So we just need to find the healthy balance between this and then maybe a more controlled method of herbicides, if at all necessary.
Yeah, if we have to use them. And the physiology of the goats is such that they can just eat anything, right? Now I'm watching them eat.
Correct. They kind of instinctively know what they can eat, like boxwood, rhododendron, and they're you know, you're not going to find rhododendrons and boxwoods out here that much.
Right.
And we did find that the buckthorn and the bittersweet, I mean, they just love it, and they'll just strip it. And they can work around the thorns. They don't get stabbed, they don't get poked by it. So,
and their feet also, if they're in an area, that also destroys what's growing in.
Yep, and they're all mountain goats breeds, so they can literally get up and down slopes where it's difficult for us to get up and down slopes, where it's second nature to them. And then their hooves also crush the root structure and just kind of redistribute everything.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, how did you and Linda get in touch with one another? How did Linda find you?
We met last fall at the Trailwater Land Alliance meeting, and I just kind of blasted in and started handing out our cards, and then I was able to give everybody a tour of our little section of Goldner Walsh where we keep our farm and meet the goats, and we just started talking about using them as an invasive species deterrent.
So now if more people want to do this, how do they get in touch with you, or is it possible?
Absolutely.
Are they going to be here all summer? You have more goats?
We have more goats, and we are actually in a position to expand our herd if necessary. Right now we have 27 goats, and we are prepared to go up to 60 if we need to, so we could do 3 jobs consecutively.
Fantastic.
And if they need to get a hold of us, it's info@citygirls.farm.
Right along the bottom of the screen. Now let's talk about the fence, and then I'll let you go. This fence is
solar-powered electric.
Right, so we want to warn people that are going to be on the trail for the next week or so to be
Don't
careful
touch
of that fence.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. I touched it last year, and it really hurts.
Oh, yeah, and I saw one of the goats run into it.
Yeah.
So beware. Don't run into the fence. And it is
Exactly.
solar powered, you said, so that's great. You're not using more energy.
No.
and they can be out here, and it's protecting them.
Exactly. Protecting them from possible predators like coyotes and the like. So they go home at night. As we move forward, we'll make it so they can stay on the trail 24 hours. But when we started this program, we just felt it was a better decision to take them home at night.
Right, you can keep an eye on them
Yeah.
that way. Well, thank you for doing
My
this in our
pleasure.
community. And
Thank
we
you
will
for
see
having
around the
us.
trail.
Awesome. Thank you.
Now, the research that's being done by the students will then go to the DNR, correct?
Yes,
And
and-
that will also help you with the grant possibility that
Yes.
you're looking for?
Grants require points, so you have to have so many points to be, to get into the grant program. So hopefully this will help us prove that this program works, how it works, and we can get more points, hopefully get money. Hopefully it'll be something that they take an interest in, and hopefully expand it across the state and throughout all the DNR trails or DNR. So that would be really kind of nice.
Well, Linda,
So-
thank you for doing this.
Thanks,
It's
Terry.
so unique for our community. And I'm going to encourage everybody to come out here, be respectful of the goats. They're doing their job.
Now that's cute. Next up, our reporter went to the brand new Dr. Becker building in Oxford. With the story is our reporter Janet Warner. Janet?
Dr. Becker, I understand this is a new location, but you're not new to Oxford.
No, this practice has been here since the 60s when Dr. Walton Sr. started the practice, and then his son took over, and I joined the practice in 91.
Being on Lapeer Road back in the heart of the downtown district, how do you feel about that?
This is great. This is where this practice started. It actually started in a small suite where Red Naps is now, and we wanted somewhere that was a little easier to see. We were on Lapeer Road, but we weren't very obvious. So this is an attempt to be much more obvious and have a more efficient layout as well.
So what are the aspects that you're excited about in this location?
The biggest one is probably the light. It's a much brighter facility. We can see the colors of things. It's much easier for people to see the glasses when they're choosing, and the lighting in general in the exam rooms has been much easier on us all. And we've got a very nice layout now, which we were able to design from the ground up. So that was one of the advantages of doing this.
So much better when it's your own design, and the natural light is just beautiful.
Yeah, this is where we've been lucky with being able to do this. So.
Is there anything that you'd like to add? Tell your new customers, old customers?
We try to be as friendly to everyone as we can be, and we try to provide a service that deals to all levels, from 6 months old to over 100, and people with simple vision problems to vision rehabilitation when you have permanent vision loss, and some specialties with learning problems with eye muscle coordination. So this practice has done a lot of different things for many years, and it continues to develop and grow wherever we can.
And specifically, you're an ophthalmologist, and what do I, no. I'm an optometrist. Can you explain the difference between the two? And
Optometry does not do surgery, ophthalmology does. Optometry really specializes in refraction, which is measuring for eyeglasses, working with rehabilitation, and does a lot of medical work now, anything that does not involve surgery. So I treat eye disease, I manage eye diseases, I work with ophthalmologists who do surgery.
there are a lot of chains and things popping up all over in any major intersections. Can you tell me the advantages to coming to a smaller establishment?
We have the ability to work with people for years, so we get to know the person's needs. We're going to spend a bit more time finding out exactly what they are trying to do. Are they working, for instance, on a computer a lot? Are they somewhere where they need more safety concerns addressed? Are they a child trying to work in third grade and read now? So a bit more personalized. We try not to make that mean that it has to be super expensive. We have everything from a value package up to the most sophisticated digital lenses that are custom made. So there's a lot of choices in the optometric world.
I had not realized there was that much technology involved in eyeglass wear. So can you expand on that?
In about the last 10 years, the production of lenses and lens design has gone through a engineering revolution, if you like. And there's a lot more ability to design a lens for in that particular prescription. Before there was quite a lot of averaging involved, so you would get peripheral distortion. So by having a digitally made lens, front and back surface, you've got something with much less distortion in it and a lot more comfortable to wear.
And that makes happy customers.
It's a whole lot nicer. You don't feel quite so crazy trying to find the space in the lens that works.
We've had a wonderful afternoon here at Walton and Becker Eye Care's new location on Lapeer Road. Happy people and really good munchies. We also found that they are sharing with their customers wonderful service, knowledgeable staff, and where they're focused on the health and well-being of your eyes, and they can make you look good too.
Thanks, Janet. Next up is another ribbon cutting in Oxford. This one is for the bubble tea ribbon cutting.
My name is Nicole Sturrett. I'm the Executive Director at the Oxford Chamber of Commerce. We are very excited to be here today to celebrate You, Me, and Bubble Tea. This unique tea cafe offers an exciting twist to tea and a great place to come with your family. We are also very excited because we have Dan here today. Dan Hunter is the Deputy Director of Economic Development from Oakland County. At this time, I would like to say congratulations and welcome to the Oxford community. And on behalf of the Oxford Chamber and the Oxford community, welcome. Thank you.
Yes, it is my pleasure to be here, Dan Hunter with Oakland County, representing our county executive, Albrook Patterson, with this wonderful proclamation congratulating you. This is really cool. You know, I'm fortunate to do these around the county, and it's really neat, and this is your first day.
It is.
So we don't want to take too long, but you know, you could have gone a lot of places. And we really appreciate you doing this in Oakland County, in Oxford, and in the downtown. We wish you the very best of success. We have business counselors, so if you ever need some ideas or help, we'd be happy to work with you. So I won't read the proclamation, but I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'll present that.
And tell everybody about your open house coming up.
You know what, we have an open house coming up on Saturday, so we'll be open all day long. We also are going to be open on Sunday for some holiday hours from 3 to 10. Also, we're just super excited to be here and welcome everybody. We wanted a place for our kids to be able to come, your kids, so thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we're very excited about this. After talking with Stacy, her big thing was she really wanted a place for kids to come in the evening and after hours, be able to enjoy themselves, have some tea, and also be able to play some board games. And I truly think that is very, very important to today's day and age. I think that's wonderful. I'm so excited for you. At this time, we have the ceremonial ribbon cutting.
Want me to hold that for you?
Thank you.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, you girls together.
Good.
All right,
You get it
1, 2, 3. Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. Please have some bubble tea. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Stacy Bean, and this is
Catherine Darling.
And we just brought bubble tea to Oxford. We're super excited to have a fun and different thing that hasn't been seen in the area, and a great place for our kids to come. We've been friends for
8-9 years now. We coach cheerleading together, and our kids go to school together, so we thought what a great opportunity to bring something that's all family related and we can have fun, so it worked out.
I love that you can get something different every day.
The choices.
You can get a different flavor, you can get a different style. Your add-ins that you can do can be anything from a real like savory flavor to a sweet flavor. So I like that every time you walk in the door, you're going to get something different. We also love that anybody that comes in here can get something. They can get gluten-free, they can get dye-free, they can get nut-free, they can get sugar-free, or you can have all of that added into something. So we're not leaving anybody out. If you come in with a family, you can find something for everyone.
Yes, I agree. It's a great place. I think it's going to be a fun place for everybody to come and all ages. So we're very excited.
Next up is George from Woodrow's Garden Center. George?
Good morning and welcome back to Wojo's Greenhouse and Garden Center here in Ortonville. I'm George and we are in the midst of spring color. Right now I have behind me some of our snow fountain cherry trees that have come into beautiful flower right now. The bees are loving them. Right now it's a time that the pollinators are beginning to get active and we see bees around these trees considerably. So we're going to take you around the garden center today and show you quite a bit of spring color that's happening. But before we show you some color, I want to walk over here and show you this full bed of the roses that came in yesterday. Our grower over on the west side of the state, with the mild winter we had, they were growing quite nicely, and the grower said, can we get them over here? So we have our roses, the hybrid teas, the climbers, the floribundas, the shrub roses, the knockouts, all here for you to purchase. So a great selection of roses at this time. We're going to switch over and find some more spring color. Color is beginning to pop. In my yard at home, my quince is just beginning to open its buds. These came in from a little warmer climate in southern Illinois, so they're already in flower. I've got a red variety and an orange variety of the flowering quince. Proven winter varieties and an excellent spring flower for your yard. We're excited to see some of our early flowering rhododendron beginning to come into flower at this time. This is one of our PJM varieties and it's beginning to show its color and give us that early look of a beautiful shade of lavender. We've moved down the aisle in the shade area to some of our azaleas that are in bloom. We see a beautiful salmon color here in front of me, and also with the white, almost looking like lily of the valley flowers, the pyrrhus called red mill. This one here has the white flowers and then a beautiful bright fall color. These are within our broadleaf evergreens. They like a shady environment and they like some winter protection. They like the east side of a house versus the west. And the color is exciting. The lilacs that we got in are already in flower, and boy do they smell good. We got these in from one of our growers down in southern Illinois. They came up all leafed out, budded out, and those buds are beginning to open. So if you want your opportunity to buy some beautiful lilacs in color, come and see us as soon as this show airs. We've now switched into our flowering ornamental trees and a couple of varieties that are in their color now. This is their week to shine. First, our Newport plum with the delicate pink flowers on the stems. The pink flowers precede the dark burgundy foliage. Over here on this side is my bed that has the magnolia trees in it. The Royal Star here in front with the white flowers. Behind me, the Magnolia Ann. Over on the left-hand side, London Marcel, and then in the back, some of the larger saucer magnolias. Again, this is the time both in my yard at home and here in the nursery that the magnolias are showing their color magnificently. The final area that we're going to be in right now, but Russell's going to take pictures around the garden center, is the perennial area. Some of the early flowering perennials are out. Beside me, the beautiful corabelles or heuchera, their foliage is out and very dynamic. The hostas are in color right now. Bleeding heart, a variety of early perennials are going. In the greenhouse, some of the early color is there for purchase. Again, frost dependent, so if we get a cold night, you want to bring it in for cover. Some of the early vegetables are out, and again, that's a matter of protecting them if we get a cold night. On May 5th, Ladies' Night here at Wojo's in Ortonville, a special evening for ladies. April 28th, Arbor Day. 2 days that we can accentuate the green here in our nursery, planting trees, shrubs, and flowers. Enjoy the day. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, George. Well, that's all the time for this week. We hope you enjoyed our program. So, for our reporter Janet Warner and reporter and editor Terry Stiles, I am Bill Service, and you have a great, great week.
Hi there, everybody. I'm Karen at Canine Stray Rescue, and I have my friend with me, Elsa, today. Say hello to everybody, Elsa. Yeah, she's a quieter gal. You know, she'd probably do best in an adult-only family. She gets a little stressed sometimes when there's a lot of loud banging and yelling and screaming and that. And Elsa, like all the other dogs we have at the kennel, is spayed. Males are all obviously neutered, and she is up to date on her rabies and distemper shot. Come here, pretty girl, and show everybody who you are. Come here. Yes, we have about 50 dogs at the kennel that are available for adoption. Oh, look at Elsa. Obviously very treat motivated. Elsa, can you sit? Good girl. Very good girl. Well, she's going to go over there and eat it now in her little bed. So all the dogs are up to date on their rabies and distemper shots. They're all spayed and neutered. We are open every day at the kennel for open adoptions, except for Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Very good girl, very gentle taking treats, huh? And she's a dog that you would probably want to obviously socialize, you know, let her see bicycles, take her in the car, go for walks, all that good stuff. Good girls. All right. Hope to see you soon.